feeling so lost. And now they know now, we never slow down. I never thought now, these girls that come around don't love these hoes now. She love me for my sound. I'm posted in the clouds, I'm never coming down. Don't love these hoes now, I never thought now. I saw it on your face, you calling me the one. You said I never changed, but now that shit is done. We vibing to the beat, your girl she next to me, no place she'd rather be. It's kinda hard to see, and now they know me. She called me on the phone, she say she lonely, she won't leave me alone. She said but babe, the boo ain't fucking with you. You did that shit in 3, I did that shit in 2. So in love with you. Now you see my vision, saw it for the way, out at midnight drifting. I never thought now, these girls that come around don't love these hoes now. She love me for my sound, I'm posted in the clouds, I'm never coming down. Don't love these hoes now, I never thought now. I saw it on your face, you calling me the one. You said I never changed, but now that shit is done. We vibing to the beat, your girl she next to me, no place she'd rather be. It's kinda hard to see, and now they know me. She called me on the phone, she say she lonely, she won't leave me alone. She said but babe, the boo ain't fucking with you. You did that shit in 3, I did that shit in 2. So in love with you. Now you see my vision, saw it for the way, out at midnight drifting. I never thought now, these girls that come around don't love these hoes now. She love me for my sound, I'm posted in the clouds, I'm never coming down. Don't love these hoes now, I never thought now. I saw it on your face, you calling me the one. You said I never changed, but now that shit is done. We vibing to the beat, your girl she next to me, no place she.
Yes, people, welcome back to the channel, and yeah, we're back with, well, another episode of the Gunner's Corner, which, the thing is, right, I've just clocked, actually, that this is the first episode since bloody August, by the way. I think the last one was with Tom, so, yeah, I thought, you know what, I'm going to bring it back for perhaps Tuesdays, I don't know, but in this one today, we are joined by my bro, Tony Claude. I mean, the people have been wanting to see you this week. You couldn't turn up for yesterday's show, but I had to make it happen somehow. But how you doing, bro? You good?
Hey, see, people, yeah. I mean, see, Mondays are hella busy for me. Yeah, I would have loved to be with the crew. With the guys yesterday. Of course, Josh, my guy, all about Arsenal, AT. Dom will always have shows with, every Thursdays on my own channel. I mean, I've worked with these guys, even Tom. Tom is a great guy too, and Sebastian too. I mean, I saw the clips, bro. I mean, Sebastian, come on, man. Really, Pedro Neto. I mean, Pedro Neto, really. I mean, he went from just Mourinho to oh my days, really. I mean, Sebastian, we don't need any more Chelsea rejects. Come on, my friend. Come on, my guy. We don't need any more Chelsea rejects. See, people, you're welcome to the show. Yeah, smash the like button. I'm back. I'm here, people. I'm here. I mean, lots of talking points to talk about today. Yeah. Lots of things to be happy about. A lot of things to give thanks to God, for what has happened. This past week, and it is what it is. We go through it.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me on the show too. Rory. It's a pleasure to grace this show. I've never been here before in this particular show, but it's good to make it happen.
Yeah. Yeah, like this is why I ask you every week. Basically, you're up for coming on. You know, like, it's absolute pandemonium every time though when you do come on. It feels like. But yeah, make sure you are, of course, something to Tony if you haven't already. I will put his handle in the description. After when we've obviously done this stream. But yeah, there's some interesting talking points actually because there's Sunderland at the weekend. Man City with a sucker punch, basically, at the weekend away at Liverpool. We've got Brentford this week. There's a whole talking point about, Gyökeres, who starts behind him at the moment. And then, what was the other thing? You going on about the treble. That was the other bit, which, I'm sure we'll get on to later on. But first, would you make of the Sunderland game in general, bro, and your overall thoughts?
See, it is what it is. Yeah, Sunderland. We've seen teams like this, again and again. Some of these teams, yeah, they just believe that, if they don't come to keep a low block, and they kind of like have physical kind of players and technical players too. Players who look like giants. I'm talking of big 6 foot plus players, yeah. Who would stick in a foot, in the wrong positions, and if you're not careful, those kind of teams can be able to run you down and overrun your defense. That's the energy that Sunderland came down to the Emirate with. Were we lucky that Granit Xhaka? I mean, it's good that Agent Xhaka decided not to not to turn up at the Emirates. I mean, once an Arsenal, product, forever an Arsenal product. So, I give him kudos for not showing up. Yeah, of course, tied up with an injury, but I mean, look at the warm embrace between him and Mikel Arteta after the matchup. Come on, man, that guy is not injured. I mean, but again, it is what it is. Yeah, him not playing that matchup, I think, really, 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 really gave Arsenal a breath of fresh air, because all I was just seeing were physical monsters in that game. Yeah, Brobby attacking everywhere. I mean, placing tackles everywhere was a thorn in the flesh of our defenders. But of course, our defenders handled that a threat real good with Brobby. Diarra trying to conjure something. Talbi trying to overrun, right back. But I mean, too powerful. A right back. We have the best right back in the world, Julian Timber. And I've always insisted that he has to start. In most of our important games, our defense handled whatever they had to, bring forward to us. So the cagey game in some cases, yeah. And this is the thing: when we don't score goals immediately, yeah, when we don't score after the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I know it's a very hard, thing to watch. Yeah, people might call it boring. People might say, "Oh, this is Arsenal. Oh, this is this." But again, this team set up in some certain kind of ways. Yeah, that's too cagey. Sometimes you need, maybe like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, to actually, just wrap your head around the style, how they're really, really, really coming to face you. You need to break them down, and you need time, because these teams know how to set up against traditional top four sides, and that's why you're seeing the traditional top four sides this season, dropping points left and right. That's because these teams know how to set up, and you have to also prepare contingency plans on how to kind of like just usurp them and get around their playbook, and that's what happened to Sunderland after knocking on that door. Trossard opening up pocket spaces and attacking those spaces, also clearly opening up for Martin Zubimendi. And again, see, I don't want to get into arguments here, but I know there's a very big talking point in Zubi Mendy. I mean, see, I've not heard you talk about this guy, yeah, like profusely, the way you talk about Declan Rice, for instance, yeah.
Mm.
But this
I mean,
guy has been, yeah, yeah. I like, come in, no, interrupt me,
go
no
on,
problem.
go on, go on, go on, go on. I'll save it until you.
Yeah, good. No, because I want it to be very interactive. But again, I've not heard you herald Zubimendi. It's been long. I've heard you talk about the guy. I mean, yeah, I watch your shows. I watch some of your shorts. I love your shots. I love what you do on Instagram. I love most of your shots. I watch them. I have not seen a cover piece for Zubimendi yet. I see you heralding other players, maybe the defenders, mostly Declan Rice and the team as the one that's been the apple of your eyes. You know, I'm sorry about sorry about the allusion or whatever, but that's just the best way I could put that. But I've never heard you talk about Zubimendi specially. I've not heard that. Yeah, and not just only you. It's going through the heads of many other Arsenal fans. Probably maybe because of one or two mistakes. So maybe people or Arsenal fans don't want to really, really, really bring out, you know, or encapsulate what this guy really stands for. See, Rory, I'll tell you what he stands for. This guy came from Real Sociedad, where his highest goal haul for them, it's 4 goals in a season, bro. 4 goals in all the seasons he's played at Real Sociedad. This guy pops in here in his first season and has already scored 6 goals already, bro. And I'm just hearing all this armchair pundits, yeah, and clowns out here, yeah, talking about Caicedo and all these other clowns in the Premier League. But no one is talking about someone who just graced this league, yeah, scored 6 goals. Oh, even the Declan Rice we're talking about. I don't want to cause any trouble, yeah. Declan Rice has played 35 games this season. No. Let's do it because it looks like people don't want to, you know, people don't want to give the, you know, the kudos to who the kudos ought to be given to, yeah. And we'll get straight right into it. There are no untouchables in this team, yeah. So we'll get right into it. Rice has played 35 games this season. Do you know how many goals he scored?
Who, Rice?
There's no shame in not knowing it. Just tell me, hey, I don't have the figures. I'll tell you.
What, in the league or in all competitions?
All competitions. That's what we're doing.
All competitions. I think it's 4, if I'm not mistaken.
It's 4. Yes, he scored 4 goals. Yeah. He scored 4 goals. Yeah, in 35 appearances this season. That's what Declan Rice has gotten. Do you know how many assists he's got? He's got 7 assists.
Oh, 7.
Season. Yeah,
yeah.
he's
I was
got 7
thinking
assists.
5. I was thinking 4 or 5.
Just oppose it, and mind you, that those are the figures of someone who has been in this league, yeah, since the inception. Now, Zubimendi just pops up into this league, yeah. Do you know how many goals he scored this season?
What, in the league?
Everywhere, everything, all come.
I'm pretty sure he scored 5.
He's got
6 in all competitions.
He's got 6
he scored against Chelsea.
Exactly.
He's actually scored more than Saka, right? If I'm not mistaken, in the Premier League. I don't think he scored.
He's got 6. He's got 6 all competitions this season. And do you know how many assists he's got?
Put in the chat 20 GA for Rice and Zubimendi combined this season.
Exactly. And man already has about maybe 3 assists already this season already. He has about 3 assists or so this season.
Zubimendi or
Zubimendi, yeah. I'm just opposing what they've done. So he scored more goals. Yeah, than Declan Rice this season. He's played lesser games than Declan Rice this season. He's only played 34 games. Declan Rice has played 35 games. He's readily available. He's formed a very, very big partnership with Declan Rice. And right now, we've now seen that Mikel Arteta is now giving him that leash of life. So, hey, you know what, yeah? Why don't you just push forward just a little bit? And now he's getting those goals. And no one is talking about this guy. It's just completely flying through our heads. And I'm not
by the
buying
way,
it.
Subomendi's actually got 2 assists in all competitions. So he's got 1 in the league and then 1 in the Champions League. Thought it would have been more
No,
than that.
he's got 3. He's got 3. But again, you can make those checks later on in all comps.
No, he's got 2 in all competitions.
I think he got 1 maybe in the Carabao Cup, earlier in the Carabao Cup. But again, I don't mess up with my numbers. But
so Transfer Market says 3, but when you search it up,
bro, I don't joke with my stats. I got the stats like a rotisserie chicken. It's in my head.
I don't remember them 2 assists. Bro. I don't remember them 2 assists.
It's in my head. So, but again, throw that all away. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, the numbers doesn't really matter. But this is the thing: is having almost the same kind of numbers that you get from a Declan Rice. Even if the duels won, even he has more duels won than Declan Rice this season, bro. Yeah, he protects our defense. Is going par for par with Declan Rice with what he has done. Off the ball is amazing. And again, you could just see the vision he had in scoring that first goal for us, against Sunderland. Trossard opened up, that space, and just knew where Zubimendi was. Yeah. And even before Zubimendi got that ball, man has already loaded his leg. his leg was already locked and loaded already before he hit that shot, bro. And you know what? Yeah, he hit it. It's not the most powerful of shots anyway, but he just hit it with the right, exactly, just with the right amount of power, the right amount of swerve to just swerve, hit the post and get in. Bro, man, we're not talking much about this guy. What a player, an absolute player. People were telling me this man can pass. That's what they were telling me. I was speaking to Lee Gunner and Nutsad the other day, yeah, and Lee Gunner was making a case that he's not really this, he's not really that, but I'm seeing something different. I'm seeing a guy that we can count on. Injury wise, is the best defensive midfielder we can count on right now in terms of fitness levels. When you pitch him against Thomas Partey, great player after all. Yeah, I'm not taking anything away from Thomas Partey, but we always knew that Thomas Partey always got injured most of the time. He's not really a very reliable factor when you physically, fitness-wise. When you're going away from home and you need your defensive midfielder readily available in cold nights in Newcastle, in cold nights away from home, maybe at Craven Cottage, all those kind of hard kind of games against Bournemouth where you would need him. He might not just be there because physically, he's not just there. But for once, Arsenal can rely on a defensive midfielder that is readily available every time. Premier League, FA Cup, Champions League, Carabao Cup, man is always there. And that's why it's ripped up to nearly 34 games all season for Arsenal. I want to hear what you have to say about that, though.
Yeah, so obviously regarding Martin Zubimendi, I think, maybe I have been underrating him so far this season. I just think the problem with him is, his lack of ability in big games. I think that's like where my problem lies, because if you think about it, he has made mistakes against, Man United. He gave away the free kick against Liverpool away at Anfield. I've seen him sort of fold under pressure in these, big environments. I think he's had a couple of, good games here and there, including, the Chelsea game away in the Carabao Cup. I'd say Newcastle away, he had a very good game. But I do remember saying that I think Zubimendi, for me, has got the best out of Declan Rice. And that's where my praise lies for Zubimendi so far this season. The fact he has got the best out of Declan Rice. And I think what it is with Zubimendi, I think he is more of a box-to-box midfielder, which shocked me. I'm not going to lie. I thought it was going to be this, possession freak, right? But it turns out that, every time I've watched him, I think his build-up play can be quite average at times. However, when he's going forward, like his efficiency in front of goal is second to none. And I thought, you know what? Maybe we should be playing him as the 8 and, Rice in the 6 in these like big games because, you've got Declan Rice as a solid base. We know what he brings. And then Zubimendi, like, he's scored a couple of crackers from outside the box. I'm fairly surprised as well how good he is in the air because he's like, I mean, to be precise, I don't really want to be precise, but he's what, 5'11", something like that.
Something like that.
But let's assume he is like 5'11". I think what I'm seeing with Zubimendi and the fact he's winning so many duels and the fact he's getting in and around the 18-yard box, that's what's impressing me about him. The fact he's scored a lot of headers and he's even scoring goals from outside the box, which I wasn't assuming at first. And here's what I praised, I believe, it may have been last week. It may have been the week after against the week before against Leeds. But I think his response since that Man United game has been phenomenal. The fact he's backed up that mistake with 2 goals in 2 weeks is fairly impressive because I thought, like, when he made that mistake, and I think you probably did as well, that Mikel Arteta was going to drop him for a couple of games after that mistake because we know Mikel Arteta, right? He does not tolerate them sort of mistakes. Hence, Ramsdale was shown the exit door, just to name a few, right, that were thrown under the bus under this manager. And I thought, I was actually worrying for Zubimendi's place in the team. However, though, he doesn't necessarily trust Norgard. So then again, if Zubimendi was, I don't know, if he was from, I don't even know, like Brazil, if he was from France or any country, right, in Europe, I'm pretty sure Arteta drops him. Like, let's be honest about it after that mistake against Man United. So this is what I'm saying. I think his response has been fantastic since that game against United. And I guess I'm underrating him a bit, and I have criticised him quite a bit. However, I still do worry about him in big games. That's all I'm saying. As like the number 6, when you've got Declan Rice there, who has, I know he's played as the 8 before, but at the same time, in his big games, you want Declan Rice as the solid base because, again, as I said, we know what he brings. However, Zubimendi is, for me, more as, a number 8. He can go forward. Whether I think Zubimendi is an upgrade on Thomas Partey, I actually don't think he is, because I think Partey is slightly more athletic than Zubimendi. I think he's better in possession. You could argue, again, Zubimendi is better in the final third, so it's a toss-up for me. But what are you saying, bro?
This is the thing, yeah. This thing just goes over many people's head. I don't know why, people. This is his first season in the Premier League. All the deficiencies you've just hauled up over him right now, yeah, could be said to be rookie mistakes, bro. It doesn't make it week in, week out. It's not week in, week out. Yeah, it only happens in some certain kind of games, yeah, where Arsenal is being overrun in midfield. And when Martin Odegaard unfortunately plays for the team, because he has to drop a little bit more deeper, taking up the role where that's what Zubimendi should actually be doing. And Martin Odegaard is actually dropping down deep, yeah. Fast-paced teams that want to press high up the pitch and definitely want to more physical players that want to press up the pitch can get to Martin Odegaard, press up the ball, force us to make mistakes. And of course, that would also force someone like Zubimendi to also make certain kind of mistakes too, mostly when the captain, is dropping down deep to take up his position. in some of those cases, But again, it's not really defined in this case because just the other week, Mikel Arteta said that, hey, I'm not the one that tells Odegaard to actually drop down deep to get this, to actually get this ball and get it onto our attack. So it is what it is. Yeah, this is his first season in the Premier League. So I think we should give him some time in order to get to his destination. This is his first season, and in his first season, he's posting up these numbers. That goes to show he's a decent midfielder, and for him to be scoring these goals shows that he's a goal scoring midfielder. In the last 10 years, the last 15 years, how many goal scoring midfielders have Arsenal got that we can count on their fitness level?
What, right now? Well,
yeah, in the last 10, 15 years, how many midfielders are goal scoring midfielders that we've had in our team that have that you can literally count on their fitness levels week in, week out?
Well, Declan Rice is definitely one of them. In the last 10 years, you've got you've got. Does
there are two elements to that question. There are two elements to that question. I hope you know, not just the goal scoring part. Yeah, but physically, someone you can count on, fitness wise.
Fitness wise, I'll probably throw Xhaka into the mix as well.
No, Xhaka wasn't a goal scoring midfielder.
I mean, he still had a strike on him.
No, he scored one or two screamers, but not really like someone you could say, oh, okay, he scored 7. Martin Zubimendi has scored 6 already. From now to the end of the season, definitely he doubles that tally.
And how many did Xhaka score in his final season?
I'm not.
He scored 7 in the league, 9 in all competitions.
He scored within 8, I think 8 or so.
No, he scored 9 in all competitions.
In all comps, yeah, within that range, yeah. And mind you, Xhaka spent nearly how many years in this league?
Yeah, played as the 6.
No, he played how many years in this league?
He played for Arsenal, he played 7 seasons, right?
6, 7. It was his 7th season he left. So I mean, lots of experience down the line, innit? But there's someone that just is coming from Real Sociedad, yeah, and is just popping in here and scoring this kind of goals. Xhaka didn't do this in his first season. He didn't get this kind of results in his first season, bro. He said
because he was playing as the 6.
It doesn't matter. Zubimendi played as R6. He's in a double pivot with Declan Rice, but we do know that Rice pushes forward and he stays back.
Don't you think Zubimendi's been pushed into a more advanced role lately, though?
Now. But again, even if you're saying Granit Xhaka played in the number 6, he had the license to roam. Don't get it twisted. Arsene Wenger gave him a license to run. It was such a big imposing figure in that team that he could do whatever he liked. He was part of the leadership group, if you want to say. So he had that license to move about. It's not in his wheelhouse to be a number 8. This is the truth. This is the truth.
Yeah, but
he could score some certain kind of goals, but I mean, screamers or whatnot. But he's not really that kind of goal scoring midfielder. Someone that was close to that was Aaron Ramsey. But again,
I was going to say Ramsey,
if you listen to my question, he fails in that question because you can't rely on Ramsey's fitness levels all the time. It was always injury prone. He missed a chunk of Arsenal games also. Wilshere, was he a goal scoring midfielder?
Always injured.
Not really. Got a few goals here and there, but not really. Fitness wise, 0. So this is the thing.
What about Mesut?
Who?
Mesut Ozil.
Mesut Ozil, yes, yeah. Mesut Ozil is in that bracket, yeah. You know, you can count on his fitness levels, yeah. And it was a goal scoring midfielder, so yeah, it fits into that perfectly. But apart from that, who else? You can't even name me up to 3.
I mean,
Santi Cazorla was a goal scoring midfielder, but his fitness levels couldn't be counted upon.
Could you say Odegaard?
Santi Cazorla?
Nah, Cazorla had injury problems as well. To be fair,
he has it, yeah, fitness wise. So that's what I'm saying. So in the last 15 years, you can't name me, up to 3 midfielders in on an Arsenal shirt, yeah, that could actually literally get you goals and keep fit all at the same time. So it's not something you get. So now that we've got something of that mode where he's a good, he's a good midfielder. He could get you goals. He's a goal threat, whether we like it or not. And we can also count on his fitness levels week in, week out to play games that we need him in. It's such a big thing, and it's clearly underrated in this team.
Fabregas has got to be another one as well, to be fair.
Was he a goal scoring midfielder? I don't really.
Of course he was. Of course he was, bro. Come on. Bro, that guy carried us for like how many years?
He scores, but I mean, it's not. I don't want to say because I'm not with his figures right now, but he scored some certain kind of goals, but not really like. He's not really like he's not really like the kind of guy that would just score like 10 goals or 15 goals, something like that. He's not.
I mean. Bro, that guy...
No. Did Fabregas score like 10, 15 goals in a season? No. He's not that kind of midfielder.
But, at the same time, you put Ozil in that bracket. He wasn't necessarily a goal scorer, but, in terms of assists, chances created, like, that's what we base midfielders on, by the way.
And it was always fit, though. So that was why it was in that bracket, too. He scored some couple of goals and could get you goals, and he was always fit.
But Fabregas, like in his prime, like he would stay fit as well. A lot of
he would stay fit, but it wasn't like a prolific. The way you made it sound, it looked like it was like
a prolific
prime
goal
deco or something like that. That's the way you made it sound, and it was nothing like that. But again, it is what it is. Great player, but again, we cannot name comfortably 3 midfielders on an Arsenal shirt in the last 15 seasons, or in the last 15 years, that were both fit and that were also prolific in terms of scoring goals from the midfield. So this is something special we have with Martin Zubimendi. And again, Rory, have you noticed, that even Premier League defenders, they clearly underrate him. Clearly they underrate him. And because of they clearly underrate him, he sneaks in. Have you seen the way he sneaks in and out of the box? Have you seen the positions he turns up in? I mean, forget the goal he scored against Sunderland. You saw the game against Chelsea, where no one was marking Zubimendi at all. A free man had a free header. He just had the ball into the net. They clearly underrate him. He doesn't look like a prototypical or stereotypical kind of like threat you would want to like send in the troops to go, handle. And that's why he's popping up in these positions like the invincible man, and he's getting these goals. And I like it. Keep underrating him. He'll be popping up in these positions and be getting those goals. I love it.
I mean, like at the same time with Zubimendi, you mentioned the fact it was his first season in English football and we need to give him time. Are we in a position to be giving players time at the moment? Like, just saying. Like, let's be honest.
But again, I get you, but to be quite unfair to judge him based on those mistakes, though. Why I was saying give him time is because He made certain mistakes that many people, got on his back and tried to castigate him and overcritique him. I critiqued him at the time, but again, you have to understand that this kind of players, that this is their first season. You have to bet them in. You have to give them time to be able to acclimatize to the league. Yeah, because this is, I still stand by this truth. Yeah, this is the best league in the world for a reason, bro. I've seen many amazing players come here and flop. So it is what it is. So he came down here. He's not a flop. It's far, far, far ahead.
Yeah, it's definitely not a flop.
Of foreign players who have come down here, who played in foreign leagues, who have come down here to actually trade. In the game of football, I've seen many flops. That have existed here. Schumacher came down here after hitting how many goals in the Italian Serie A. Only God knows how West Ham shipped him up through fast track delivery and and sent him back on the plane to Italy. I've seen players like what's that defender that came from Napoli? What's his name? Came to Chelsea.
Wait, did he go to Chelsea? Did he go to Chelsea?
He went to Chelsea.
Koulibaly.
Huh?
Koulibaly, is that the guy?
Koulibaly. I mean, this flops, bro. What are we doing? All this flops, bro. Yeah, and these were guys that were like giants in Napoli, bro. You wouldn't necessarily. Yeah. I mean, you would look at them and say, "Oh, okay, this a Ballon d'Or kind of player." Yeah, world class player. Yeah, they come here, they flop. I've seen many of them, bro. Many of them. Andrei Shevchenko, full blown flop in this league. I mean, let's don't do this, bro. Let's don't do this. And then we'll see a player like Zubimeni come here, still do one or two things. Do you know how many mistakes Koulibaly made, bro? Chelsea had to sell him real quick, bro. So it is what it is. But again, this is not a Zubimendi show, though. But just because of how he scored that goal, we just have to talk about him because I just feel he's a player that people don't really talk about. And it's hurtful at this point. And bro,
I get it. I mean, excuse me. I've heard you not really spoken about Kai Havertz as well. Like, I've obviously been a huge critic of Havertz, but to be fair, right, and I said it on yesterday's show, right, I think maybe it's a case of him playing as the second striker rather than the box-to-box midfield role alongside Odegaard. Maybe we've just been brainwashed this whole time. He can play midfield behind the striker without Odegaard playing. But we're saying about Havertz right now because at the moment, I can't even deny it because he's on form right now. Now, it could be, again, a purple patch. I'm not going to be waxing lyrical too much over Havertz because, it's what he does in the business end of the season. He's had a couple of decent games. But I've got to give him credit, right, where it's due because he's been excellent since he's come back from injury. And he's one of the few that, can look for our striker. And this is what I'm saying. Like, I think people overshadow how good Gyökeres's movement really is. So they sort of criticise him on the position, like, awareness in the 18-yard box to a point where we're now criticising him over the likes of Saka and Odegaard because, they're putting crosses into the box. He's nowhere to be seen. When really, like, let's be honest, if Havertz can find Gyökeres, why can't Saka and Odegaard? It doesn't really add up right now, does it, bro?
See, in that one, I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. There was a game, I think in that game against Chelsea, Gyökeres was in the box and it was waiting for a Saka cross to come in. But instead, Saka cut in. Instead, he cut it back. Instead, trying to look for someone else to pass the ball to, while Gyökeres was in there waiting for that ball. And immediately, Gyökeres just, I mean, you could just see in his face, he was so furious with Bukayo Saka for not getting that pass.
Was that
2 seconds after that? 2 seconds after that, Benjamin White got the ball, sent it directly to him. Gyökeres scored the goal immediately. I mean, you can see the differences, yeah. But the thing there was that Gyökeres was not just only criticized, yeah, for not being at the end of goals, but it was also critiqued for, for his positioning. His positioning was quite weak. But again, maybe this thing has to do, yeah, with motivation and the kind of players that have your back in the team. I think that these factors also matter too. When you know you have certain players that understand your game and understand your strength, and they're gonna play to your strength, probably maybe makes you be one step ahead in terms of your vision, in terms of your positioning, and in terms of how lethal you could be in that same positioning that you've been able to acquire due to the players being the ones that understand your strength. Just immediately when Bukayo Saka is out of the XI, when Martin Odegaard, who is supposedly creative spark, out of the whole equation, and then Kai Havertz is coming on, and man is receiving a new lease of life. He knows his positioning. He knows where to go. He sniffs. He knows the vision. He knows exactly where to go. Look at that Kai Havertz cut back. Easy. Kai Havertz knows where he is. Gyökeres is already positioned where he should be. Tap, boom, the pass comes. Man sees it. It's in the net. Yeah. Martinelli was on that run. Yeah. If it was on maybe another attacker. Yeah. Maybe Gyökeres will say, "Oh, Saka is just gonna run up and try to score that goal. I don't need to follow through with my run." But that might be what might be in his mind. Yeah, I don't need to follow up that run. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna just run up, but not really position myself to get the ball. But what did Martinelli do? He got to a point where he felt like, oh, okay, it might be Gyökeres that might be able to get it. If Gyökeres didn't run or didn't have the vision of following up with that run, maybe he wouldn't be positioned in that place to get the ball at the end of the day to score that goal. But the vision was there. He knew that Martinelli has his back in this team. He's one of those that usually sends crosses to him, even if his positioning wasn't good to score those goals at the time. But right now, it's all about confidence. The confidence is back. The confidence is there. He has players that would play around him that want to feed him the ball. And that's what really matters at the end of the day. So, again, the confidence is there. That's a big factor that's back now. And this is the bigger picture why I'm saying we might be able to win a treble this season, or we're going to win a treble this season. My striker is scoring goals again.
You're doing so well, bro.
Is scoring goals.
You're doing so well,
again, bro.
You're doing so well, bro, until you brought up the treble. Jesus Christ, bro.
No. Why? Wait, why do you... Arsenal fans, what is this? Wait, have our mentality been eaten up this deep? Really? Seriously? Has our positive mentality been ravaged? Is it that putrid? Yeah, that we can't even think of something good for the team. Bro, what are you talking about? We are now as we speak. We are in the finals of the Carabao Cup. Why don't you think that's a trophy in bag? Why don't you think so? Why should we be negative and think that, oh, we're gonna lose that trophy? Because if I'm telling you we're gonna win a treble and you disbelieve in me, then it means that you don't believe that we're gonna win the Carabao Cup. You don't believe that then. So
no one said that, bro. No one said that.
Then why is it a laughable factor when I say we're gonna win a treble?
Well, bro, can we focus on winning a trophy first before we start talking about trebles? Because we still haven't won any.
That's an opinion, bro. It's a side opinion, and it's a side opinion, and I don't care what anyone thinks. It's my opinion that we're gonna win a treble. I'm not saying that should be the focal point of what Arsenal should be doing. We should be focusing on winning games. We should be focusing on winning everything. Bro, we should be focusing on winning every single piece of silverware this season, bro. So if our focus is on this, of course, if our focus is on winning all these trophies, then why is a treble out of space imagination?
There's a difference between mentality and hope.
I'm latching onto the hope too, bro. What are we doing here? I mean,
there's mentality, and then they're saying, "Yeah, we're gonna win a flipping treble." Like, just what are we doing here? Again, as I said, we are in the final of the Carabao Cup. We should be winning that, but we should be focusing on that final, getting a piece of silverware before anyone else does, rather than thinking about trebles, because the Champions League don't start until God knows when, and then you've got the Premier League, which doesn't end until May. And, you know, to this day, we're still 6 points ahead, which is, you know, mathematically catchable for Manchester City, because they've come back from 8 points behind. So can we focus on getting a trophy first before we start talking trebles? Yes, I agree with you.
And again, I would say this, Rory. That's an opinion. That's an opinion. It has nothing to do with the. It has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with the with pushing the team. It has nothing to removing the focus of the team. You know, from the task at hand. That's a personal opinion. And when it happens, I'll be able to come down to your channel and you know, laugh at you over it, you know, and tell you to talk now. But right now, you know, instead of trying to, you know, make a mockery of you, I would just wait until we win this trophy before I you know, descend on you. But this is the thing, yeah. The Carabao Cup is a trophy in hand. That's what I feel. That's what I believe in. Yeah, I believe that's a trophy in hand. Yeah, we're already leading this league with about 6 points, bro. And you and me know that he can go on this run they're talking about. They cannot go on this run they're talking about, bro. There's no way. There's no logical way they can go on this run, because City, as of right now, bro, yeah, they still need to prove to me and you, just me and you in the room right now, bro. Yeah. They need to prove to us that they have that consistency, and they've not done that all season. Throw away Arsenal. We know Arsenal have these problems. We know we have the mental block. We know we've been butlers. Yeah, that's on us. We have that reputation. Good, I get that. Yeah, no problems. But again, City, all the time City have been winning these trophies. They're all these trophy laden here. The factor people aren't looking at is that they had Gundogan, who was a World Cup winner, a winner true and true. Yeah, he's led that team. They had Kevin De Bruyne. This is a legend. This is a giant. This is a warrior, bruv. Yeah, they've left that team, bruv. Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne is no more there. Yeah, mostly in title run-ins. That's where you need the expertise of someone like Kevin De Bruyne and Gundogan to get you those kind of goals, or to get you those kind of creative displays that could actually win you the league title. They're no more there. They cannot count on the goals of Aguero to win them this league title. They cannot count on someone like Mahrez, who used to conjure something out of nothing. He's no more there. All these winners are no more there. Laporte, who used to be one of the most credible defenders, is no more there. Who do they have? They have clowns, bro, there as defenders. Bro, I'm not joking. Kuzanov collapsed yesterday. Bro, I'm not even joking. Kuzanov collapsed yesterday on the, in that game against Liverpool. He collapsed, bro. They had to substitute him and bring in Diaz, bro, into the game, bro.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. They've got him back, haven't they?
McGay isn't even really looking that good. He's not really having good displays there.
He's not good, to be fair to him.
No, he's not there, but I'll give it to him. He's the best defender in Man City now. We should admit that. But apart from that, bro, Vadio, injured to the end of the season. Phil Foden isn't scoring. I mean, he's not firing or not, so his man is still looking for shooting boots. When was the last time he scored goals? Maybe Semenya is looking okay, but we do know that there's some certain kind of high-profile games. He turns into a ghost, isn't it? He turns into a ghost in some certain kind of high-profile games, isn't it? The game yesterday turned into a ghost, isn't it? The game against Tottenham Hotspur, it turned into a ghost, isn't it? So we've seen certain kind of games that Semenya can't be relied upon. Okay, good. If you want to talk about Helen Ireland, you want to talk about the robot, good, no problem. The robot has got only 2 goals, penalty goals in about 8 games. How about that? Yeah. Anyone who wants to talk about the Haaland, okay, the Haaland factor. Man has only scored 2 penalty goals in about eight games, bro. Is that what's going to win you the title? Good luck, no problem. I got my strikers and my attack now firing on all cylinders. Kai Havertz is scoring goals, is assisting. Gyökeres is scoring goals. I mean, man has a new lease of life. I mean, man showed the mask lying down, bro. That has to go down as one of the most iconic goal celebration. Man is back. Martinelli is back assisting, bro. And you know what? Yeah, the loose ends we have in our team will be looking from the outside now, begging to come back to this team, begging to pass the ball to Victor Gyökeres. That's what will be happening right now. Because Saka will be looking at what happened. Oh, Arsenal is actually winning this game without me. Arsenal is actually having this creative spark without me. Arsenal is actually having all these outlets without me. Zubimendi is scoring goals without me. Gyökeres is having a new lease of life and smiling and enjoying his game without me. Man would come back and say, you know what, yeah, Gyökeres, come on, man, we're men. Let's hash it out. I'll give you a pass. I'll give you an assist. That's it. The mentality starts coming back together. Cooperation among the boys. Gyökeres starts scoring more goals because Saka will be less selfish and try to help the team rather than self-aggrandizement. Odegaard, I don't want to see him play for the team again, but even if he comes back to play again and touch the ball again, man will look at every single parameter in that midfield and say, you know what, yeah, these guys are balling without me. And that's key to the run-in of this title.
I mean, like, I was actually going to ask you as well regarding the treble talk, right? Do you mean like the FA Cup, Champions League, Premier League, right? Or is it Carabao Cup, Champions League and Premier League or whatever, right? You know, the treble that we saw Manchester City all them seasons ago and then Man United in 99.
Yeah.
You mean that treble?
Bro, I'm looking at a clean sweep domestically.
So a quadruple then? So...
No, not a quadruple. No, you're missing the... I said, I'm looking at a clean sweep domestically. What does that mean?
So FA Cup, Carabao Cup and Premier League, right?
That's a treble.
Is that what you're classing as a treble?
Yes, that's a treble.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. That's probably a lot more reasonable. Like, if it was FA Cup, Champions League, Premier League.
We have Wigan in the 4th round of the FA Cup. Many of all these bigger teams will drop in this 4th round. You know why? In the 4th or maybe 5th round or whatever. You know why? Because many teams want to secure European Cup places. Many of them are not going to employ all their resources on the FA Cup, bro. Okay. They were trying to, you know, kind of like put up resources to kind of like qualify for the Champions League, for the Europa League, for the Conference League. Some that are also battling relegation would be doing that. So they're not really going to be paying attention to the FA Cup. Mind you, Manchester United is already out of the FA Cup. So when we have a handful of teams, you know, in Tottenham is already out too. So we only have a handful of traditional top 4 teams that are in the FA Cup to wrestle that title with Arsenal. Domestically, Arsenal do a clean sweep. In the Champions League, I still don't deny that Arsenal is the team to beat in the Champions League, bro. For a fact, we've beaten Bayern Munich this season. For a fact, we've gone to the holy ground of European football at Milan and showed Inter Milan who's boss. We'll rule them down there. Yeah. How about taking a chunk out of Spanish teams? Let's go Madrid. They decided to test us and test our gangster, and you saw what happened. We started raining bullets everywhere. Yeah, all these teams, yeah, all these clown teams that decide on. See, the only reasonable way, yeah, in the Champions League that any team would muster anything against us, apart from Barcelona, because that's a different kind of team. They have some kind of monsters in that team that could bail them out in any case. I'm talking of Lamine Yamal, I'm talking of Rafinha. So that's a different ball game entirely. But any team in the Champions League that decide to come and play tiki taka with Arsenal, well, well, what happened to Inter Milan, Atletico Madrid, and all these other clown teams is what's going to happen to them. I'm sorry. The best way for you to just get points or take anything away from Arsenal is come keep a low block, take it to penalties, and win the game. That's all you could do. But if you decide to come out against us, well, be ready.
Yeah, like I agree with you, but so if this is the case, right, and you think we're going to win a domestic treble, why are you Arteta out then? Just out of curiosity.
Now, listen carefully, because you've carefully misconstrued me, and I think you're doing that on purpose. Yeah, but this is the thing. This is the thing.
This is what you're talking about.
No. See, this is where I'm going to. Yeah. Currently, I am still Arteta out, but I am not going to be the guy to shout that right now when the team needs me most. I'm a fan of this football club, and I'm a true fan of this football club. I support the team. I keep any of my grudges aside that I have with the manager and support the team for now until the end of the season. Yeah. But this is the thing. Arteta has been given over £1 billion, yeah, in this football club to refurbish this team. This is his team. He owns this team. Yeah. We haven't won any major since God knows when. Yeah. He won the FA Cup with that Unai Emery team. How about winning the cup with your own team that you've already assembled? Mikel Arteta.
Again,
so he spent lots of money to only win on the FA Cup that wasn't his team. So in other words, he's wasted those resources. But in any case, he has actually built a team now that we know for some time now, for over 2-3 seasons, yeah, that can go on to win the title. We know that because we've seen him go head to head with Man City for this title twice. We've seen Arsenal go head to head with Liverpool for this title once in 3 seasons. Yeah. So, and he's won nothing. So I'm not saying it out of hate, but I'm saying it out of concern for the football club. And as a fan, that you know what, yeah, if Mikel Arteta, I know people that hate him, they don't just want him there because they hate him. But I'm not that kind of guy that projects hate. It's more about footballing reasons. That hey, Mikel Arteta, you've not won us anything over the years, so I want my team to have a new coach that could maybe, just maybe, with this team we have now, win us some certain titles. But there's something now. Arsenal is on the verge of doing something different. And I said it at the start of this season. It's because of one thing, Andre Berta. When Andre Berta came to this football club, he changed a lot of things. He came down, changed all our transfer parameters, brought in killers into the squad, and 2 of those guys are actually fine on all cylinders for us. Zubimendi, what a signing, yeah, that he has been. Victor Gyökeres has only started showing, what he's capable of, yeah. And again, I supported Gyökeres to come to the football club. I wanted him, so I was so disappointed when man wasn't even back in there. I said that Victor Gyökeres would get 25 goals all season, bro. That's what I projected for him. So it came as a surprise. You said?
He could get 20 goals in all comps, to be fair, the way he's moving.
The way he's moving now. No, Rory. The way he's moving now. The way he's moving now.
If we gave him the same
6 games ago, it wasn't like that. So the projection wouldn't even be this 20 we're talking of.
Yeah, listen, I hear it, but at the same time, right, that could be a case of, you know, the likes of Havertz, Martinelli, Trossard, whoever, actually finding him this time. Whereas, you know, Saka and Odegaard weren't really. Let's be honest about it. No one was willing to pass the ball to him, which, you know, is a massive white flag if you ask me, because, you know, if you don't pass to your striker, then there's problems. And this is what I'm saying, right? This manager tries to set out Gyökeres like a Kai Havertz. I think he still does, to be fair, but he wants to set him out like a number 9 because he's a, you know, he's a big guy, right? And he thought, I'm pretty sure, when Gyökeres first came in, right, we're going to lump balls to him, right? He's the guy that we're going to play up front to, you know, beat their press, basically, whoever we're playing against. I think that's probably what he was there for. And, you know, to win corners here and there. But with Gyökeres, I always thought that I think it is the service that's the problem and the system rather than the actual player. Because at the end of the day, you don't go from 97 goals last season to then, what was it beforehand? Well, before this year, it was like, was it 4 goals, 5 goals?
Oh, to shock him, bro.
Yeah, 0 in the league, which wasn't great. But at the same time, I didn't blame him because I know, like, the fact we're just not playing to his strengths whatsoever. And again, I've already pointed out that, you know, he should work on his box movement. The fact, you know, crosses aren't going to come in. We're not going to play centrally whatsoever. So he needs to get into them positions to score goals. But at the same time, you've got to play to his strengths. You're bringing a striker for 60 million. You've got to, again, and you love this term, you've got to tweak the system just slightly. No one's saying tweak the whole bloody system, but, you know, just a little bit, right? Just so it benefits your striker, because that should be your focal point. And listen, you can smirk all you want, Tony, but, like, it's true. Like, if you finished second last season, 13 points off the top, from this current Liverpool side, by the way, who, you know, spent 400 million, I get that, but, you know, still, Liverpool last season, Premier League champions, you know, they finished below us by, like, how many points the season before? They win the league the following season when that should have been us. That was the opportunity for us to actually play to Gyökeres' strengths. Our own striker, right, who we bought in for 65 million. That is our marquee signing. You've got to play to his strengths. So that's what we need to. That's what we need to do.
No, Rory, you're correct. And again, no one is disputing this fact that you've just altered. You know, you're completely correct. But again, Gyökeres wasn't his positioning wasn't the best. Even you have already said that with your own, your own statements. You've said it. His positioning wasn't the best. Right now, his positioning is the best. And that's due to the confidence that comes with the certain kind of players that he has playing around him right now. Kai Havertz coming into that false 9 position takes away lots of pressure away from Gyökeres, because he knows that Kai Havertz would just somehow, engineer something. He knows that Martinelli will somehow engineer his crosses. He knows that Kai Havertz would pop up in different positions to help him out. And that could just take away a chunk of the defenders that are actually marking him. See, Gyökeres, I mean, if you go through the records, yeah, Gyökeres is top 2. Yeah. Most targeted strikers in the league, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are the numbers, bro. It's
I'll
peak when it comes to him. But again, he needs to find a way to position himself. He's doing that better now. And again, that comes with lots of confidence. And he's got that confidence in front of goal now. And he's scoring goals. That's what we want. That's where we want him. He's in the box. Bro, he's now in the box. He's playing himself in the box. That's where I want my striker. I don't want my striker going back looking for the ball. No. I don't want him dropping down deep. I don't want him going through, cutting through the corners. Bro, I don't want him to do that. Even if he could cut through the corners, though, you come from the wings, I get that, But again, his strength is get him on the run or situate him in the box where he could position himself to get those goals and get someone who could creatively pass to him. He's getting those passes now, and there's no excuse. And mind you, yeah, I'm pitching Gyökeres to players like Erling Haaland in this league. That's my expectation. Those were my expectations when he came on. I wasn't comparing him to people like to all these other clowns they have in all these other clubs. Yeah, I'm looking at Erling Haaland for him to come around and have a chunk, a share of that golden boot conversation. That's what I was looking at. So I was really I was mad when he couldn't get into those positions where he could put himself in a better position to get those goals. But again, he has 13 goals all season, bro. Liverpool have Isaac, Chelsea have Delap. Who else again is in that conversation? Manchester United have Sesko for a combined fee of about £257 million, while a player that cost Arsenal just £65 million, basically in all its entirety, is scoring 13 goals, while that entire cluster of strikers I just gave to you is below 10.
Bro. I mean, don't you think, right, that the reason why Gyökeres or whoever has been, dropping deep, for instance, is because of the way he's set out? Because it's not the first time that our strikers have been forced to bloody defend, by the way.
No, I think that's an Arteta thing, though. I think
I agree with that.
I don't think it's an Arteta thing. It's instructions from the manager. But right now, and this is the thing, yeah. That's why I kept telling you. Sometimes as a striker, you need to force this. You need to force this conversation. Get into those positions. Get those goals so that the manager is looking at. Because personally, I still feel that Mikel Arteta doesn't like to use strikers. The man doesn't know. I mean, he doesn't feel he needs a striker in his setup. So sometimes you need to force his hand to kind of like see the bigger picture. That, hey, you know what? Yeah, I'm a prolific striker. You've bought me for big time money. I'm here to score goals. Yeah. So now I'm getting those goals. Arteta is looking at me and saying, you know what? Yeah, if I can get more goals from this brother, and also make sure that my set piece goal chunks is coming in sustainably. I mean, bro, we're all good. Your striker is scoring goals. Your creative players are sort of finding your strikers. Your midfielders are getting into the action, get a chunk of the goal haul, and set pieces is there to answer us in rigorous times when the game is very, very tight and when you just need magic out of nothing. And someone like a Gabi Magalhaes could just be the guy to just raise his hand up and take us to the promised land. It is what it is. I like it. My scorers are scoring goals. Attackers are attacking. The depth is depthing. Midfielders are scoring goals. My defense is intact. They're good. They're strong. They're imperious, impregnable. I love it. 13 clean sheets. My goalkeeper. What a people. Yeah. I mean, forget what Alisson looks like right now. It's complete crap right now. Look at David Raya. 13 clean sheets in about 25 games. Yeah. Two seasons ago, it was about 13 clean sheets in about 38 games. Now he's doing 13 clean sheets in about 25 games. People, what are we talking about?
I mean, got quite an obvious question here. How many goals Isak scored for his £125 million price tag, please? It's true though. Like, he scored what? True. 2 goals, or maybe
2 goals or so.
I don't know. Like, obviously,
that's what I told you. Delap, Isaac, and Sesko combined £257 million. Haven't scored more than 10 goals between them.
By the way. You could throw.
You said what, Roddy?
You could throw Ekatike in there, by the way.
No. Ekatike has.
Ekatike
Ekatike has a couple of goals.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, right? I rate Ekatike, but when match of the day isn't on, like, his performances are spooky. I'm not gonna lie. Like, he's not scored in any of the big games so far this season. I don't think.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken,
I think the occasion got to him on the day, though. But
for 80 million.
But again, it would be good to take a piss at him, bro. I mean, Rory, you're so cutthroat sometimes, bro. Come on, man. Cut the guy some slack, bro. That's been Liverpool's bread and butter this season, bro. Ekatike, bro. Yeah, I understand when you're saying, okay, the big games, okay, good. But again, he's been bailing them out.
Ekatike was one of my options for striker in the summer.
Okay.
I said Gyökeres, I said Isak, and Ekatike. Those were my three options up front. I wanted Ekatike over Sesko. I even wanted Ekatike over Alvarez at one point. And, I remember fans laughing at me like, Ekatike over Alvarez? Are you taking the piss? Nah, because I've actually watched Ekatike on numerous occasions. You may laugh, but in the Europa League. And I've seen, I think he's a better player, I really do. But speaking of Alvarez, it's worth mentioning that no goals in open play, like 12 games, I believe. It may be league games, actually. I'm not entirely sure whether that's in all comps. I don't know, but I believe Posh Bertie put in my chat last night that no open play goals in 12 games. I'm just saying, like, this is the guy that we're all waxing lyrical about, and he should be the guy we should be prioritizing in the summer. Which, by the way, I'd still take Alvarez before like anyone trips me up on that. But the fact we don't keep the same energy for Gyökeres, who also went on a bit of a goal drought, didn't he? But then we don't pay attention to Alvarez, who's, you could argue, is in worse form at the moment. Who was, in fact, in worse form, even when Gyökeres was on that goal drought. So I'm just saying. I
hear you. I completely hear you. Footy Connor, man. I don't agree. I mean, I've been agreeing with what you've been saying, but I don't agree with that statement that you were talking about. Your last statement where you're saying that Gyökeres was bought for beating on the smaller teams. No, I'm sorry. I completely don't agree with that. I've seen Gyökeres hold his own in the Portuguese La Liga. I've seen him completely dog walk Pepe. I've seen him completely hold Carreras on a leash in Portugal, and Carreras still got a one-way ticket down to Real Madrid. I mean, what are we doing here? I've seen him completely make Manchester City defense quake and choke under his pressure in the Champions League. I mean, what are we doing here, bro?
Did you mean this comment, by the way?
He's one of the most little strikers in Europe for a reason. And that's why I was completely mad at him. Bro, I'm looking at Gyökeres and I'm seeing 3 goals, 4 goals. What? Oh, my. We started this gangster shit. Is this the motherfucking thanks we get? Really? I was mad at Gyökeres, bro.
Why that is, though?
Because I know his abilities. I know what he could do. I know what he could do.
Goal. His ability in front of goal, which he's not had many chances whatsoever. It's only up until this year.
He's a killer. He's an assassin. I know what he could do. So when I was just looking at him in the league and looking at how people are taking a piss at him, even me, I was frustrated at him because sometimes, man, you have to just say sometimes screw the manager, bro, and just go do your thing. Just screw bro, because we've seen it, we've witnessed it, we've seen it in the Champions League, we've seen you do these things. So I mean. I couldn't believe it, bro.
Well, then again, look at the way Sporting play. Look at the way Sporting play in comparison to us, right? Look how many goals that Suarez geezer has scored so far for Sporting this season.
But we have a more better midfield than Sporting Lisbon. This is what I'm saying.
Centrally, though.
This is what I'm saying. You're sitting next to Declan Rice. He's sitting next to, of course, Zubimendi, Spanish international. He's won trophy.
Right, okay.
Let's not throw that away.
In there in Rice and Zubimendi, big games, right?
You're around star boy.
You what?
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I hear you. I hear that conversation, but I mean, we have more superior players than that of Sporting Lisbon, though. So why wouldn't you be performing?
Yeah, it's not about the players though. It's about the system as well. Like,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's not all about the team, the players. Sorry, like it's all about sometimes the manager that benefits a system for his striker. And for me, we haven't done that enough so far this season. Whereas you look at Sporting right now and how many goals, Suarez has scored for them. I mean, it's pretty clear that, Gyökeres is definitely a system striker rather than just a striker that you can give freedom to. He's not that sort of player. You've got to, play to his strengths at least.
And yeah, but again, I saw players like Alvarez come to this league, and the system not well suited for him though. But he still backed 17 goals, and he still as a backup dancer to Erling Haaland.
But he hardly played.
And the system wasn't built for him. It was built for Haaland. It wasn't built for him. They weren't playing around him. He was actually going the extra mile to get those goals. Not that the passes were coming to him.
But Alvarez
he was actually going in deep to fight, for those goals. Unlike Haaland, where Haaland is a go-to guy. He wasn't the go-to guy, and he was able to bang 17 goals in. So I'm not saying it should be like him. I'm not saying it should be like him. I'm just saying I should take that as part of your textbook theory and position yourself in places where you could be able to have a chance, to have that opportunity, even if the system doesn't work for you.
But Alvarez isn't one of them modern day strikers. You get what I'm saying? He's
I hear you.
Over to the left, he can drift over to the right. He's someone that you can give the freedom to because he can, drift out wide if you want him to. He can drift out.
Gyökeres can drift out wide too. Well. I've seen him score goals from wide area.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. But do you see Gyökeres doing that? Is Gyökeres that sort of guy? To drift out
it's
wide?
In his wheelhouse, but probably not in the Premier League. That's the thing.
Okay, cool. This is what I'm saying, right? At Sporting, yeah, maybe he could do it, but again, there's a lot more space.
Then that's clearly an ability thing, not a system thing.
But at the same time, right, you're told to drift out wide, aren't you? As a striker, so it kind of is a system thing, if you ask me.
It is what it is. But again, we can get into all this argument, we will make no headway. The thing there is that right now, the Orioles that we're not passing the ball to him are out of the team, and they're seeing him scoring goals right now. And I'm so happy that the Orioles are back up and they're okay. The manager have kind of said that we're coming back, so it's all good. Saka is back injury free. Odegaard is back injury free. So let's see if they've learned the lesson, and we'll start sending those balls to Paul's. We'll start sending those passes to Gyökeres.
Yeah, this is an interesting point, by the way. Would you be willing to give Martinelli a chance on the right-hand side instead of Noni right now? Because I think I asked this question last night.
No.
Serious?
No.
You wouldn't play Martinelli on the right now?
No. Let's play Noni. Let's play Noni. See, bro, we need all hands on deck. Noni already as a player isn't scoring goals. We need him to get that confidence because Saka right now is not scoring goals. So if we have two of our natural right-sided wingers, outlets per se, not scoring goals and not helping out in the team, it's very dangerous, bro. It sets a dangerous precedent if we're using Martinelli down that flank, bro. Let's use Martinelli in that right hand side while Trossard, is coming in or going out or whatever. Let's just situate him down that right hand side, bro. There's no need. There's a reason why we're ahead of all this park right now. It's our depth. Let's don't suffocate our depth by trying to use them because they're in form. There's some certain similarities of form, and then we use our backups or our depth to use them to start games. And then when they're injured, then we now have three supposedly right wingers not doing anything, completely banged up. So it's better we just allow Martinelli come on, see that starts games in place of Trossard, or comes on when Trossard is out. Let's use the depth like that, bro. It's a long haul. It's a long season. We still have many more games. 13 games in the Premier League. We still have a couple of games in the FA Cup. The finals of the Carabao Cup is coming on. We still have more games in the Champions League. There's still more games. We still have nearly up to about 20-something games to play this season, bro. It's a long haul.
At the same time,
let's don't waste that depth.
Just right now, Tony. We just can't. Like, we've got 13 games left of the season. We win at least 10 of them, then like we've won the league basically. So
it's
we can't
not as easy as you said, though.
You've got to be ruthless. You've got to be ruthless in situations like this. And I think Madueke right now, you can't tell me he's impressed me so far. Right now, like, he's not really pulled up any trees whatsoever. And I get your point, man. Martinelli is, better coming off the bench for me than he is, starting games in the league. But for me, I think I just don't see.
I mean that's why Max Doman is coming back, innit? Aren't you seeing anything about Max Doman coming back? If you have a bigger input in the title running.
Like, is he ready for a title race from now until the end of the season?
Bro, he's 16 years now, bro. He's not the kid that we all
16 years
saying he was a year ago. But again, it's 16 years. He signed a professional contract. So I mean, why can't he play? If Waneri was the one chosen to go on loan, then it shows that the manager has some. No, but again, if Waneri was the one that was chosen to go on loan, then it shows that the manager has some form of trust in Max Doman coming back from injury and helping out the team in the long run, deep down in the rabbit hole in this race. So but now that he's injury free now and he's back in the team, he could help us out down that right hand side. That odds.
How do you know he's back in the team?
Yeah, bro, I'll slot him in.
No, but like I don't think he's back from injury yet, though. So he's been out. He's been out. I
think the only injury we have right now is concerns with Trossard. I think Doman is back now.
Yeah, but the kid's been out since October, and he's 16 years of age, so it's going to take him a bit of time, isn't it, to regain that sharpness he had.
I hear you.
And also, like, again, I don't even think the kid's ready yet. Like, we've got to relax ourselves, because if we do throw back into the deep end, right, in a season this chaotic, when we've got 13 games left, and he gets injured again, we burn him out like we did with Saka last season, then who's to blame? Oh yeah, the manager. We're going to end up pointing the finger at him for throwing him back into the deep end instead of managing him. So, do you want that, or
no? It's crazy. Again, I'm betting on Bukayo Saka to come back. If there's anything, if there's anyone that has always shown that he could always resist the noise and block the noise, it's Saka. I think he will come back, and I think he will come back better. And again, because Saka isn't the best pairing for Gyökeres, doesn't alienate what he can do for the team. This is the truth. This is the fact. He conjures things out of nothing. We've seen that happen lots of times in the team. So let's just hope that he gets better anyway. And again, if Saka comes back and is ready for selection, you know what the manager would do. He'll pick him before he picks Noni Madueke. You know that for a fact.
Yeah. I mean, I know speaking on Alvarez earlier, right? I want to sort of ask you about Morgan Rogers because there's been, brief reports regarding Rogers and the fact, he might be our summer target. For me, I wanted him last summer. In fact, probably the summer before, actually. Like, I really rated the geezer. And I still do. I think he's been one of the best players in the league so far this season. But yeah, would you take Morgan Rogers? Because I think there's like that apprehensiveness with Rogers, right?
Where would you? No, you would answer that question. Where would you play him in Arsenal team?
He'll be playing left wing for me.
Wait. Where would you play Rogers in the Arsenal team when you have Rice there and you have Zubimendi there and
well, that attacking midfield
is not really playing. So okay, well, okay.
And then you've got the left wing
space
position
for him, though. Yeah, because Eze is not really, Eze is not really, taking his chances. So
yeah,
just maybe. Oh, Rory's out, But again, because I like Rogers. People hear me. I like Rogers. I think he's a young, smart kid. He's a young player. Amazing player. He's fast, quick on the ball, can score goals. He helps out the team in terms of defensive abilities. He's a great guy. I like him at Arsenal. But again, I don't want to have all this crop of players here and the manager not giving them a chance to play. What's the need of bringing Eze and not playing him, not giving him minutes? Odegaard is out, injured, and Eze can't even find a way into the team. So this is my problem. It's not buying these players and bringing them to Arsenal. It's buying them and knowing that they have value in the team and they can add value to the team. Because we've brought Eze and I've not seen the value he has added personally and holistically to the team.
He's not had a run of games, to be fair.
That's what I'm saying. So you need a run of games to do so. So when the manager isn't playing you, can that also be the same case? That will be meted out to Morgan Rogers. And mind you, Eze had a more better boss than Morgan Rogers would ever had at Aston Villa. He won the FA Cup.
Yeah.
He was the one pulling the strings at Crystal Palace.
But I would almost argue Morgan Rogers was probably better over the course of the season.
No, I'm not arguing of who was better. I'm arguing of who had the buzz, who had the recognizable buzz. Who would someone say, oh, okay, I would like this guy in my team. Okay, he's a marquee guy. Before he came to Arsenal, this is what I'm talking about. Eze had that buzz. He won the FA Cup. He's a guy that would pull Crystal Palace out of the dirt. He's the one that's going to score the most important goals against City, against Man United. I mean, he's the one.
I mean, you could argue if you look at Aston Villa. I mean, you look at their best players. Perhaps I think Tielemans, you could argue, is up there with a shout as being probably one of their best midfielders. You've got McGinn, you've got Watkins, you've got
Morgan Rogers by far is the best player, bro. There's no argument by far.
But at the same time, like Villa are where they are for a reason. Right, Crystal Palace with Eze, like they were practically mid-table every season, whereas you can tell Aston Villa have connected.
Yeah, I think people are not given the credit to where it ought to be due. Unai Emery is a top manager, and people. I mean, you just called all these players here, and you completely forgot to talk about the manager. Unai Emery is a winner. He knows how to set up teams. He's twatted our title charge, a few times now. And again, he has a world-class goalkeeper, behind the sticks as a goalkeeper, a World Cup winner, a former goalkeeper of Arsenal Football Club, who I think is a very, very amazing goalkeeper. He brought in Paul Torres, who's been a revelation in the Premier League too. Amazing defender.
You think to this day, Emi Martinez is a world-class goalkeeper?
You said?
You think to this day, Emi Martinez is still a world-class goalkeeper?
Bro, he won the World Cup. What are you on, bro?
So did Mustafi.
Are you on bath salt or what? Man won the World Cup. What are you talking about?
So did Mustafi and Mertesacker, bro.
No, bro. Are you doing this cheap thing now? Are you doing this? Are you doing this low blow, bro? What is this? Bro, that's the most shameless low blows I've seen ever, bro. As if we're in the WWE, bro. That's a big low blow, bro. Martinez is a world class goalkeeper, bro. Yeah, I mean, you can't, bro. Forget he's playing at Aston Villa. He's a world class goalkeeper. He's a top notch shot stopper.
Right now. Is he a world class goalkeeper right now?
Bro, what position are they in the league right now?
Third, but it's not down to bloody.
No, because you want to be petty with me. So that's why I'm looking for ways to be petty with you too. So that's what I'm asking you. People, Rory is one of the most intelligent. People. I mean, this guy, is one of the most intelligent podcasters. I mean, I've done it all with lots of people. People, as you see me like this, I've done it all. I've been to the Terrace. I've been to Never a Foul. I've had run-ins with Lee Gunner. I've had run-ins with everyone, bro. I've been there. I've done that. Everyone, people. But you see, this guy here is a smart guy, people. Very smart guy.
Bro,
big up to you, mate. Big up to you.
Though, isn't it? It's obvious logic because you use Martinez, the fact he won the World Cup, as in being a world-class goalkeeper, but so did Mustafi in 2014.
Not as a goalkeeper. Mertesacker wasn't a goalkeeper.
He's crap.
You standard comparison for me. Give me a goalkeeper who was a total crappy goalkeeper that won the World Cup. Who?
I mean, look, I'm not taking away the fact Martinez won the World Cup, by the way, and how good he was, because I think he was excellent. But what I'm saying is, right now, right, because that was the grammar initially. Right now, he's not a world-class goalkeeper. I think he's been overrated.
You can argue that, but
3 years. You could also ask
Martinez is a for me, he's a world-class goalkeeper. When he won that World Cup, he showed, and he had decent saves in that World Cup. And even in Aston Villa, he's even still pulling his weight. He's pulling his weight at Aston Villa. It's kept them, running in this charge of them.
Well, he hasn't. He's probably one of their worst players this season. You could ask any Aston Villa.
Who?
Emi Martinez. He's been one of their worst players.
Oh no! Don't do it, bro.
He's made more mistakes than any other Premier League goalkeeper, I believe. I'm not even lying. He has made some absolute blunders so far.
Rory, I don't know. Rory, did he break your heart when you left Arsenal? I mean, let me know where this is coming from.
Listen, I was always on the train with Bernd Leno, by the way.
Oh, really?
I think like he deserves.
I think Bernd Leno is a worse off goalkeeper than Martinez, though.
No, not that season though. Not that season when Emi left.
That's what I think, bro. Look at Szczesny. Szczesny wasn't even looked at as a respectable goalkeeper for Arsenal. But man went to Juventus. Man went to Barcelona. Man is a legend in those clubs. So, I mean, it depends, bro, on how we look at it, bro, and what we're calling world class, though. But it is what it is. Nah, footy corner. No. I don't want Unai Emery back. But again, you can't knock Unai Emery, off just like that. He's won a couple of Europa League titles. He's a top manager. Maybe not. Maybe not the kind that could win you the Premier League, but it is what it is. I still respect Unai Emery for what he has done. Outside this league, and what he has done, also what he has achieved with Aston Villa.
Would you take him back now?
Aston Villa to the Champions League. He's a decent guy. I mean, when I look at this Aston Villa team, the players he has brought in, how he has improved that squad, how difficult it is to play against Aston Villa these days. I used to remember Aston Villa week in, week out was a whooping they will be getting every time in the league. But
would you take Emery back from
a mid-table team to a team that's consistently pushing through the door of top 4?
Would you take Emery back right now?
Nah. I'm not usually like that kind of guy that goes after what I've spat out. Nah, not that guy. Nah. I prefer new. I prefer new. I prefer shiny. New shiny toys. No. I mean, but again, it doesn't mean I don't respect him. Again, it doesn't mean I don't respect him. I do respect Unai Emery.
But at the same time, right?
He wasn't backed at Arsenal. Arteta was backed, but he wasn't backed though. The way Arteta was backed.
$2 million in his first 4 windows.
Wasn't really backed, bro. Arteta was backed with over $1 billion, bro. What I was talking about, bro. In how many years Arteta backed with over £1 billion, bro? What are we saying? This man was, bro. That's not even quarter of Arteta's budget.
But it still doesn't change the fact that he got brought in to win the Europa League, get us back into the Champions League, got us to the final, bottled it. When he's never lost a Europa League final up until the point.
It is what it is. It is what it is. But again, it is what it is. The man has the medals to show for it. He's won lots of European League medals. So, you can't take that away from him. He's done that. He has done that. And again, it's not only just based on those trophies, because trophies he's got them. It's not only based on the trophies, but again, progression, like taking a team like Aston Villa consistently, that has been a mid-table team, to a team always in the conversation of Champions League season in, season out. It's progress, remarkable progress for a team like Aston Villa.
And that's exactly
whether you like
why,
it or not, Rory.
And that's exactly why that, especially me, at the time, applied them sort of standards to Emery, because you just pointed out, basically, that the guy's won numerous European trophies, he's won league titles, etc. So he deservedly got the sack, right? Regardless of whether he got backed or not, he still deserved to be sacked because of the pedestal.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. I understand that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's no argument. There's no argument in that. I completely agree with you in that. He failed. Yeah, footy corner. He failed. I agree, and I'm always in the fight for managers who fail in our football club should be replaced. That's my modus operandi. But for Mikel Arteta, even if I'm Mikel Arteta out right now, it changes when he wins trophies for us at the end of the season. It completely changes. I'm not, and that's because I'm not a pundit that has agendas. I'm a pundit that just likes football and just want to go with the facts and just want to, support the club the way I believe it. It should be. What do you mean glazing? There's nothing like glazing, bro. I don't understand, bro. I don't know how people think about football, bro. So can't you just have opinions about certain things Can't you just okay?
Yeah, I mean,
Can't
to
I
be
just
fair,
say,
right?
hey,
We were on about
Pep Guardiola did not win the title last season. Does it mean I shouldn't praise him or I shouldn't like? How do people reason football though?
yeah, I mean,
I don't
to be fair,
understand.
right? We were on about Emmy
I don't
Martinez.
understand how you're reasoning, bro. Pep Guardiola didn't win a title last season, bro. Liverpool won. Yeah. So should I now say, and I like Pep Guardiola, so should I now say he failed last season? So would you say you're glazing him? Oh, bro, what are you talking about, bro? I don't understand that, man.
But I think to be fair, we were on about Emmy Martinez, right? Beforehand, before I've eventually had to go out of the room. As I was saying about Emmy Martinez, right? I think no, I was on about Bernd Leno as well, weren't I? So in terms of like for me, I'll say Bernd Leno in that season definitely deserved that number one spot over Emmy Martinez based on the season he had, right? The fact if it wasn't for Bernd Leno,
Rory, I'm sorry. Let me get this thing off with Footy Corner. I don't know, bro. What are you on about, bro? What are you saying? What are you saying? I said the guy has won European League cups. Yeah. So what is your argument now? And I also said that he didn't win anything for Arsenal. Rory asked me a question. Would you take him back at Arsenal? And I said unequivocally, I said no. So what are you trying to conjure?
yeah,
I don't know what
to
you're
be fair,
saying.
right, I respect him as
saying?
well, right? Of what he's doing at Aston Villa, right? I do respect him. What I don't respect is obviously the job he'd done at Arsenal. I thought it was beyond disgraceful, to be honest with you. The fact he got us knocked out of that final when you know, let's be honest, like, I think Chelsea were missing players that day, and you know, I remember it cost a fortune to a lot of the fan base whoever went over to the Baku and would put in a performance like that. It was just absolutely disgraceful, really. But back on the point about Bernd Leno, right? I think Bernd Leno, if it wasn't for him and Aubameyang that season, like we would have definitely borderline been relegated for me. So that's why I say, right, I think Bernd Leno definitely deserved his number one spot. Hence, we got rid of Emmy Martinez because he was never going to play as the number two, right? The form he was on second half of the season after lockdown, he wasn't going to settle for number two. So he moved on to Aston Villa. Fair enough, you know, he won a World Cup. Whoop-he-do. But then again, we've seen players like the likes of Romero, right, from that same Argentina squad, who have already won a World Cup. Do you rate him right now?
Who?
Romero.
Oh no, come on, nah.
Is he world class? Just a genuine question.
Nah, bro. I won't be caught saying that, bro. I won't be caught saying that, bro.
No question, bro.
I won't be caught saying that, bro. But yeah, Footy Corner is saying I don't understand the pedestal you put him on. The pedestal I put him on is I think he's a decent manager. That's it. I don't know what you're looking for.
I agree with that. You can't say
I think he's a decent manager. I think he's the record winner of the Europa League competition. Am I correct? He's won it. Exactly, bro. He's a prolific European Cup winner. So I mean, I don't understand. Like, is he a shitty man? Like, let me hear from you, Footy Corner. Is he a shitty manager? Like, is he complete crap? Because I know managers who haven't won anything in Europe. So let me hear from you, because I mean, you seem to know everything. So is he a shitty manager or something like that? Let me know, and I respect opinions. So if you think he's a shitty manager, let me just know. Just write it. It's simple. I don't think he's a shitty manager because I think he has won European Cups. And I've never said he's an elite manager. So what is the argument with me? I have nothing to do with this argument, bro. I just want to get it out of the way, because I don't want someone to have something like maybe a beef with me or something. Yeah, so I like getting these things out or say what I never said. Exactly. I've never said he's an elite manager. You could roll back the tape. I never said he was an elite manager. I never said he was a shit manager. I said he's a decent manager. I think he's good. I think he's decent.
I mean, have you really answered the question there? Shit, no. Elite, no. I mean, is he decent? Is he average?
I mean, it's. I don't understand. I just wanted to just clear it out of the way, because.
I mean, like, but believe it or not, right? I think the last 2 seasons I've voted Emery as probably manager of the season. To be honest with you, so I think, well, maybe not last season actually, but definitely the season before, and then the 22-23 season where he took charge mid-season, right? Do you think he's better than Arteta? I think if you, based on overall, I think it's got to be Emery because he's won numerous Europa Leagues and he's won league titles, etc. Arteta's only won an FA Cup. Let's be honest with his team, which again isn't a problem. Again, like Arteta winning a trophy with that squad, with a toxic squad, by the way, which was awful, and none of the players are still here apart from Saka, but he didn't start that game, did he? In the final. But he can't seem to win anything with a positive squad, which is something. I don't know. It's a bit.
Yeah. As for me, I think Arteta is a more better tactician than Unai Emery. I think so. Personally, I think he's a more better tactician than him, but I don't think he's a more better manager overall, and that's due to experience. Unai Emery has more experience than Mikel Arteta, but I do think that Arteta has more modern tactics than Unai Emery. So for me, that's what I think. But I think overall, Unai Emery will be set to be the better manager, but definitely because of the trophies he's won. Definitely, you can't throw away European titles away.
Arteta's probably a better coach than Emery, but like as a manager, I think with Emery he actually isn't afraid to attack, whereas Arteta has certain aspects where he's scared to win. And that's my issue, to be honest with you. Although Emery,
I think Arteta is a better tactician than him. I think he's a better tactician than him. But again, Arteta is new to the scene. That's the thing. Arteta is only 6 years. Emery has been managing since God knows when. So if probably maybe you give him the time Emery has been in the business, probably maybe Arteta would win a couple of trophies coming up, and I think that starts by the end of this season, bro. Because I think Arteta would claim the titles domestically this season, bro. It should be a clean sweep. I think so, and not because I think that Arteta is the best manager out there. No, but it's because I think we've been able to assemble we've been able to assemble a good squad, and we've been able to assemble a squad depth for this team. And this has always been the problem for Arsenal. We do not have quality squad depth. Mostly in those seasons where we had to go down the road with Manchester City, down that long road with Man City in those title run-ins. Yeah, squad depth at all. I mean, look at our squad. We had to bring in Tavares. At the point we had Rob Odin in defense, Callum Chambers, all these losers, all these clowns in our team. Yeah. I mean, all these people, bro. Many of them. Kolasinac, bro. I don't even want to start calling names, bro. Yeah, all these clowns in our team. So it is what it is. So now it's a different picture. Now it's a different thing. Arteta has been able to build his team. Yeah. So right now is the time to put up or shut up. If he doesn't win at the end of the season, it's time to go. Time to go. Not because I hate Arteta, but because I think that maybe a Hans Flick could do something better. Maybe. could come in and win trophies. If Arteta win the trophies by the end of the season, it's Arteta in for me. I have no agenda. Just win me trophies. That's all.
Oh, bro, like for me, right? If he wins the Champions League this season, then he actually, for me, he should get a statue because like no other Arsenal manager has won the Champions League.
Obviously, he must get a star. I agree to that. I rubber stamp.
But I don't know about
if
you.
If he wins
Tony,
a treble,
right?
even if it's a domestic treble, he gets a statue from me, bro. A domestic treble, yes.
I mean, to be honest,
domestic treble, he gets a statue.
I don't know about you. If Arteta was going to win the League Cup this season, even if he doesn't win the Premier League or the Champions League, I'd still keep him on for next season because at the end of the day, he's still been successful. At the end of the day, like he's won a League Cup.
Successful,
we've not managed,
bro. Successful with only the League Cup.
You're doing that. You're doing that at the end of the season.
Nah, not enough, bro. Not for 1 point. Not for how many billions that have been given to him. Nah.
No,
he should win a major. Again, I'll take the Carabao Cup, but I need one more. It should be a domestic double. With one more cup. With the FA Cup, I hear it. With the FA Cup, I hear it. But just the Carabao Cup, no. It should be replaced. Maybe someone that answers should come.
We can choose which trophies we win.
Yeah.
By the way,
but do you know why I'm saying this? Because I think we have a team to win the league. This is the thing. We have a team that could actually win the trophies. That is the issue I have. So it's not with Arteta per se. It's with the whole idea that Arsenal finally we've got a team. Bro, do you know how many seasons? Yeah. I had to look at Chelsea, have this remarkable team that I would have loved Arsenal to have. We're seeing Drogba down there. We're seeing Eden Hazard down there. Lampard, what a midfielder that could score goals too. I mean, look at the defense, Makelele, Kante. I could see these players. Yeah, even with Man City, I could see the players they had. They had Aguero, they had Dzeko. They had players that could just, win them titles. Yeah. Finally, I see Arsenal as having those kind of key players. Yeah, in the Declan Rices, in the Gyökeres, if he gets scoring more goals. In players like Saliba, in players like Gabriel Magalhaes, with the leadership quality, with the goals, with the midfield grit, everything. Finally, David Raya, a decent shot stopper. So we should be winning the title with this, folks. So that's what I'm saying.
I've seen in the last 5 years that Arteta hasn't been good enough to win the league or the Champions League.
Big up AFC always, my G. Big up.
Time, by the way. But as I was saying, right, I think in the last 5 years, I've seen Arteta hasn't been good enough to win a league or a Champions League. And the reason why I'll keep him on if he was just going to win a League Cup is because I want to see how he responds the following season after winning silverware with his own team and see how we build on from that. If he doesn't win anything, obviously, next season, after winning a League Cup and you don't respond from that, then fair enough.
Rory, let me be clear. Let me be clear with what you're thinking. You are okay with giving Mikel Arteta a new contract if we only wait. Let me get this. I want to be completely clear, with what you're saying. You are completely okay with giving Mikel Arteta an extension to his contract. Yeah, if he only wins the Carabao Cup, am I clear?
That.
Okay, then make it clear. Let me understand.
You said it, not me, bro. You said it, not me. Right, what I said was I would keep him on for next season if he wins a League Cup. See if he responds with, a Premier League or Champions League, because, that's how trophies work.
So in other words, okay, so in other words, let me reframe it now again. Let me rephrase it again now. So you're willing to keep the manager, for next season, if he only wins the Carabao Cup this season. Am I
Yes,
correct?
because you've had a successful season, technically.
Okay. All right. Okay.
It's still lifting silverware. Like, how can you say it's not? We would have a better season than most Premier League teams. Like, although to be fair, apart from the
and again,
Premier League winners, obviously.
Again, I understand that that's your opinion, and Rory, you know me, I respect people's opinion.
Yeah.
And that's your opinion, and I respect it. It's what you think. But for me, and with the standards that I want to have right now, because we have a goddamn team that could win the league per se. So why should I settle for less?
Less.
If he wins only the Carabao Cup, I think we should go get a manager who knows how to win the big one.
What do you mean by
I want to
less?
win the big one, bro.
I want to win. What do you mean by wanting less? All trophies are equal, bro. They are professional.
No, not all trophies are not equal.
They are, though.
All trophies are not equal. No,
they are, bro.
All trophies are not equal.
They're professional trophies. They're in your
the Champions League. If you win, bro, why do you think people take the piss at Arsenal for not winning the Champions League? Why aren't people taking the piss at us not winning the Carabao Cup since probably 1993?
And that's why this is exactly my point. Like, why I want to win the League Cup this season, and why I think it will be a successful season.
It's good to win the League Cup, but is that enough? Is that consummate with what the team that we've acquired over the years? No, I don't think so. And again, do you think that the Carabao Cup is the kind of competition that we keep? Again, you're only looking at it one-sided. Yeah, you're only talking about the manager. You're not talking about the players. If the players don't win major trophies, do you think they would sit down here and sing Kumbaya with you? Do you think so? People like Saliba would say, what am I doing here?
I'll tell you something, right, that they're not going to sit there and say, yeah, manager needs to go, get the fuck out.
People like Magalhaes would say, what the heck am I doing here? I'm wasting my years here. I need to win the big one. I need to win the Champions League.
Yeah.
And just maybe if Real Madrid called Saliba this time, he would say, you know what, yeah, I looked at my pockets last 2 seasons. There was nothing in my pocket. And I'm looking at the season, and I only won the Carabao Cup, aka Mickey Mouse Cup to some people. I won the big one. He would say Real Madrid. I think I'll answer that knock on the door this year. So do you want all our players to, the big personalities in our team to leave the football club? I don't want that. I don't want a mass exodus. So I want to win trophies that will keep these players that we've been able to assemble over the years. You know, it is what it is.
I'm sorry, but like, if you're at a nightclub and the 8 out of 10 isn't available, you can bet I'm flipping shagging the 4 out of 10 instead. So listen, this is like why I'm saying, because we don't win literally anything right now, why can't we work our way up from, the Carabao Cup to then the big one? Because at the moment, like, it's been a waste of 5 years. Like, let's just have it right. We've not won anything. So we'll go from winning a Carabao Cup, then the following season, yes, I'll agree, he's got to win a Champions League or a Premier League.
Rory, Rory, we didn't win anything last season, bro. We didn't win anything last season. We didn't win anything 2 seasons or 3 seasons. Bro, do you know the hurt we went through, bro? And even if we win the Carabao Cup, it's not enough. That's what I'm saying. It's not enough. It's not enough. We need to win the Premier League, bro. That's enough.
Yeah, and
the FA Cup in itself is not even enough.
But
if you're winning the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, okay, I hear you. That's a domestic double either way, and it's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay. That should be the standard. Rory, we're a big football club. Let's start acting like that, bro. We're big football. I'm tired of being mocked by all these, by all these other football clubs, bro. We need these titles, bro, and we need to win them.
Yeah, I get it.
Now that we have a better team,
nothing. We don't win nothing. We do not win anything right now. I've just said we've gone 5 years without a trophy. So who are we to choose which trophies we win right now? We don't win nothing, bro.
Bro, we finally have a team that can win the league. Bro, why would you have? Bro, I'm still dealing with that mentality of you having a team that could win the Premier League.
But do
and
we
you're
have
saying that you're okay with the Carabao Cup? You know, it's just like you know that you know your worth. You know that hey, this is my level. Okay, let me. That's how I'll throw that question to you. Do you think this team is Premier League winning level?
Yes, I do, but I'm still unsure.
There's no but there. When you say yes, there's no but there. You really think that this team is Premier League level, bro? There's no yes or no there. It's yes or no. And
you didn't even let me finish my explanation. Yes, I do think this squad is good enough.
Then there's no explanation.
The manager is where my doubts lie, and it's the same with you. You literally said earlier on this exact show that you're Arteta out still, so even you still have doubts. Otherwise, you'd be still backing him. Otherwise,
see, man, that's why I told you that we've been able. And again, you saying that we have a team that could literally win the Premier League. That's our level, yeah. You saying that already negates this manager thing or whatever, yeah. We have a team that can win the trophy. And before, Mandy, I've told you before, yeah, I've seen teams like Barcelona. I've seen those trophy-laden years from Juventus, yeah, where they had to change managers, but they were still winning trophies here and there. Because why? They had the players to win it. I saw the Lyon team, yeah, win the French League on year after year after year, changing managers here and there, and they were still winning. Why? Because they had players who could actually win these trophies, bro. Even in that Barcelona team, I've seen Xavi. I've seen Xavi, who I don't necessarily think is an elite manager, win the Spanish La Liga. And he was booted out of Barcelona, and he won the La Liga title, bro. And he's not an elite manager. So bro, teams without elite managers can win trophies, provided you assemble a team that is actually at that level to win it. So it doesn't really matter if the manager cannot do the basics; he can win it. Xavi did the basics and he won the league, and he's not an elite manager. In that same vein, I think Mikel Arteta can win the league title without being this genius that people think he is. He doesn't have to be a genius. He just has to do, just dot your I's and cross your T's.
Tony, it doesn't take a genius, by the way.
And fill the players and let them play
games. It doesn't take a genius to actually play to win games of football. And he's done that on a couple of, well, not even a couple of occasions, plenty of occasions where, listen, I know we're 6 points clear still, but we could be looking back at that patch where we had Liverpool, Forest, and Man United, where we didn't win any of them, didn't score in 2 of the games, with one of them being at home. We could be looking back at those fixtures going,
but again, that's a different conversation. Again, that's a different conversation. Manchester City can also look back and look at games like the Aston Villa game earlier in the season. They could look back at the game against Manchester United, where they were beaten. Also, they're also under pressure. Also, so this season, everyone can get it.
Man City could also look at that Liverpool and go, "Yo, this was the turning point in our season." And that's the skeptical point for me.
Okay, we could look at the game against Bournemouth and say that's a turning point in our season because Bournemouth took away points from Manchester City. Also, where they've dropped points, we've actually won in some cases.
Have we done?
They dropped points against Newcastle. We went away from home. They went away from home. They dropped points against Newcastle.
Okay,
we won against Newcastle. that could also be said to be, okay, a point where we could say, oh, we showed that mental strength to actually win. How about that?
That was the only time there, wasn't it?
I mean, it is what it is. We can go through all these things. We can go on a rigmarole. This season, no one knows, but we can only pitch for our team, innit? I want Arsenal to win. Yeah, and I think Arsenal have an equal footing to win this league the same way Manchester City have, the chances too of winning the league. But God has blessed us so much that we're 6 points ahead. So if we win our games, we don't need to care about what City does. We win the league, simple and easy. But knowing the Premier League, it's not always like that. There are going to be twists and turns. But the same way we're talking about twists and turns for the Arsenal is the same way there will be twists and turns for Manchester City. They will still drop points. They don't have a good defense right now, as we're talking right now. Not all the strikers or their forward players are firing on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, right. But like back onto the point about the fact Arteta doesn't really play to win, right? And he plays this, robotic, rigid, football type. Xavi, when he was at Barcelona, actually let his players have the freedom. In the Premier League, no one in this team, apart from, you could say, Calafiori, who's our left back, has any freedom in this team. Let's just have it right. Our attackers, for me, like our creative midfielder is changed to the right-hand side. Saka or Madueke, whoever's playing on the right-hand side, is holding hands with the linesman. You got our right back, out of possession, or in possession, should I say, playing as the false nine. Out of possession, he's playing in midfield. For me, it's just all too robotic, a little bit too pedestrian for my liking. Whereas Xavi actually, and this is what I'm saying.
But it was sacked anyway. It was sacked anyway. They're not okay. They weren't okay with what he's done, and that's the standard of Barcelona.
It was a bus stop with him in the board. It must have been.
Bro, all I know is that he won the Spanish La Liga, and that wasn't enough. That was a narrative there. So I don't care about boardroom. No one told me about boardroom stuff. He won the league, and they thought it wasn't enough. That's the standard. Yeah. So I want my own standard to be Mikel Arteta, win the league, at least the barest minimum, win the league and keep your job. It's simple. There's no hatred there. Yeah, it's simple. Win the big one, keep your job. It's simple. There's no arguments down there, bro. Rory, I think we've done 2 hours, man. I mean,
yeah, bloody hell. I didn't even bloody
2 hours, bro. You see, have you ever done a 2-hour show one-on-one with someone?
Yeah, that's crazy. Just before we do actually wrap up, I want to get your thoughts on the Brentford game this week, because that is huge for my liking. City got the opportunity to go 3 points behind before we play, and for me that's pressure. Like, you get 3 points there at a tough away ground, which we've had a decent record at lately. But we're telling me going into this game against Brentford, bro.
No, to be a tough game, to be a scrappy one, but I think we'll beat them. Again, Arsenal are physical sides. I mean, I don't know why people are shuddering and quaking under their boots and living under a rock in a cave and trying to shut their eyes closed while we're playing against Brentford this week. It's uncalled for. We've been to horrible places like St. James Park in a cold night and gone there and gotten results. We've gone to the Vitality Stadium in a very, very typical cold night, British weather, and go down there and pick up 3 points, win them 3-2. Physical giant, that we've played against, of that team's ilk. So that's the same thing with Brentford. Yes, they're on form, but let's don't forget that this team on form was still beaten by Chelsea, who couldn't beat us, and they were also smacked up by Nottingham Forest just 2 games ago. 2 games ago, yeah, they're beaten by Nottingham Forest. So they're not invincibles the way people are talking about them. Yeah, the same way people talked about, Leeds being a very horrible ground to go to. This is that Ellen Road. This is that. We went there. We beat them up. It's a physical side. We'll play against them. We'll try to open them up. It might take time. It might be a second half goal that we could be able to conjure, and we could win the game. I think we'll win the game 2-1. To be a tough game, scrappy one, 2-1 win.
Yeah, I think we're in a position where just get the 3 points. I don't even care how we play, just get the 3 points and get out of there because, as I said, it's going to be a difficult game. But that's where I can't speak. That's where we are going to wrap up because, again, my voice is killing me and we've gone up for like 2 hours. So,
2 hours.
wasn't on my bingo card, by the way, today, but, it is what it is. We've been chatting all sorts today, just random.
Random stuff, and it's good.
Yeah,
it's good to have those kind of shows where you could just talk about random stuff, and it's good.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. But Tony, appreciate you coming on, my bro.
Make sure you send me some shots. I need to post some shots for this show too. Get some shots to me. Bro.
Yeah, we'll do.
Right.
But guys. Big up to all of you that have tuned in, by the way. I know there wasn't really many of you in the chat this evening. Hopefully, come next week, we'll have a lot more flooded in. But Tony, remind them where they can find you. I'm pretty sure they know where to, because you've been on the channel some
people
times.
Find me on Tony Cloud Gunner TV. You know where to find me, people. Tony Cloud Gunner TV. And of course, me and Ro will be doing this once in a while. Definitely once I have chance to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, what have you got currently coming up? Are you on a show next, or?
I'll be having a show tomorrow with Rashid. Tomorrow.
Oh, no.
Yes, 7 p.m. Me, Rashid, Lee Gunner, Northside, big show with Ledge also. Big show coming up tomorrow. I have to go face these guys again, but it's all good. It's all good, people. Catch me tomorrow. I'll be doing my own personal shows too tomorrow, so check my YouTube channel. You're gonna see the information I'll give you guys then.
Yeah, in terms of what's coming up on this channel, probably a match reaction for the game on Thursday, and then obviously at the weekend it's the FA Cup, isn't it? So I'll be covering that game as well. But guys, on that bombshell, subscribe to the channel, run the likes up on your way out, and we'll catch you in
Catch you soon.
the next one. Excuse me.